For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. We cry from together. And the way on your face, like you never somebody now. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So I am calling on every youth. I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. We cry from together. And the way on your face, like you never somebody now. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So I am calling on every youth. I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victor Vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. They cry from the ghetto, and they wear on them like they don't care about nobody now. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. They cry from the ghetto, and they wear on them like they don't care about nobody now. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When you youth them, no, we gotta try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yep. Welcome. Welcome. Right. Blessed good night to one and all. Welcome to Facts Not Fiction. Of course, we realize that you weren't hearing us, but we are up and running. And of course, tonight as we continue our discourse in bringing you up to date in every aspect of the political dilemma that is taking place within our country. Let me just pull along everything here on silent because I do not want to be disturbed. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to talk, as we continue to allow you to have insights as to all that is happening within the political arena, yes, we have some interesting events happening and will continue to happen as we move on. You know, this is the year before the silly year. And when the silly year is approaching, then all kind of silly things happen. So bear that in mind as we go along, and we will continue to assist you. So it's facts, not fiction. Political suicide. Political suicide as opposed to political genocide. Political suicide opposed to political genocide. Political suicide, ladies and gentlemen, is a concept by which a politician loses widespread support and confidence in a particular way by the voting population by proposing action that are seen unfavorable by the status quo. Yes. Political suicide in a broad sense, as it's defined here, it says political suicide is a concept by which a politician or political parties lose widespread support and confidence from the voting public by proposing action that are seen as unfavorable or that might threaten the status quo. That's the definition given, or one of the definitions given as it relates to political suicide. We will get into that in a little bit. Political genocide, on the other hand, is defined as the deliberate killing of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. But Where am I going? Where am I going? I am certain it is not St. I am certain it's not St. But I may very well help some people to run out of the madhouse. Political suicide, ladies and gentlemen, as opposed to political genocide, it is something that you must understand. You must understand, ladies and gentlemen, that in our country today, we are not facing genocide in the broad sense as a result of what we have seen in other countries where ethnic or religious persecution, killings, discrimination, and so on took place throughout the past. But we are experiencing a particular genocide here in Trinidad and Tobago. Not as a result of the criminal elements, but as a result of political leaders in this country. We are experiencing a type of genocide, ladies and gentlemen, as it relates to governance in this country. We have seen over the years governments who continue to set us on a path of destruction. We have seen over the years, ladies and gentlemen, governments taking decision that is not in the interests of the population. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, where the present government, the Rowley administration, took decisions that can be compared, that can be demonstrated, that can be summed up as genocide as it relates to the life and livelihood of our citizens. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, policies and decisions by this administration that is set out to bring, to break, and to destroy the middle income earners. We have seen policies to bring the poorer class as beggars in this country. We have seen, we have felt the agony, the pain as it relates, ladies and gentlemen, to the sufferation by this administration. We can sum up the last 8-9 years as political genocide against us, the population in this country. But while all that is happening, who stand up? Who stood out? Who made the effort within the rank and file of the PNM to speak out and to lash out and to demonstrate that they are willing to put on the cap, that they are willing to walk down the gallows of the political arena by taking up the mantle, despite if it cause political suicide. I'm getting warm, you know. I'm getting warm. Who in the PNM was willing to take up the mantle and stand up and speak out against the decisions of Keith Rowley and his cabinet? And to be labeled one crying in the wilderness of the political arena. Absolutely none of them. Not the Stuart Young, not the Hines, not the Alwari, not the Sinanan, not the Manning, not the Beckers, not the Imberts, not the Scotlands. None of them were willing to stand up and speak out against the wrongdoing, against the level of corruption that has been hidden under the oath of secrecy in this country. None of them. We keep each other secret. The code of the Cosa Nostra. The country going to the precipice, but nobody within that organization was willing to stand up and to speak out and to be branded and to walk the road of the gallows in order to protect you, the citizens' rights in this country. None of them. We keep each
other secret. We are a brotherhood of wrongdoers.
We keep each other's secret. It's only when you break rank, you go there and expose us, and for that, we're going to kill you politically.
When you break rank, we will kill you politically. Then they say to you that you are on the path of political suicide. Soak that in, you know. Soak that in. Because the boat will get rough. The boat will rock from side to side. The sea will get choppy. And you better be able to hold on to stay aboard. Because if you cannot hold on, ladies and gentlemen, then you would not be able to hold on. When you examine what can be considered political suicide, in this country, it is when you do not support wrongdoing. When you do not support wrongdoing in a political party, then they will say to you that you are on the path of political suicide. You see, I can clearly remember that I said to you a couple weeks ago that when my mommy gave birth to me, she gave birth to that brown skin baby boy. You remember that live? That is what my mother did in labor. I don't know how many of you that your mother made when she gave birth to you. I don't know how many of you that your mother make. You getting rough and broken and real. That your mother make an older man. I give birth last night and I give birth to an older man. I give birth last night and I give birth to a counselor. Neighbor, you know I make a baby last night and I make a mayor. Neighbor, I give birth last night and I make a chairman. What happened, girl? I give birth last night to a baby boy, you know. But you know, when I check good, I give birth to a MP. Hey, you know I'm excited. I give birth last night to a prime minister. I give birth to a political leader. I give birth to a lawyer. I give birth to a chief justice. I give birth to a minister. I give birth to a DPP, a president. Hogwash. Hogwash. When your mother gave birth to either a boy or a girl. Let me say that again for who is sure. When your mother gave birth, she gave birth to a boy or a girl. And I will stay right there for now. That is what she gave birth to. She never gave birth to anything else. And if she never gave birth to you and say, hey, look and make a senator. Then my question remains, is what you have to lose for standing up for what is right? What you have to lose for standing for what is right? No position in this world when you're born was yours. Absolutely none. Some get position for love. Some get position because they stole it. Some get position because they lie for it. Some get position because they thief for it. Some get position because they're honest. And tonight I am calling on every honest, straightforward, upright citizen in this country to stand for what is right, no matter what it costs. That is the values that was instilled in this boy growing up. Yes, I had some wrong times. Yes, I had some square times. Yes, I had some bad times. Yes, I break some of the rules growing up. But because of the value that were instilled in me, I know that there's a consequence for action. And a consequence for action, you must be prepared to stand the consequence for any action. And I am prepared to stand the consequence for what is right in this country. How many of you could speak like that? I know a few. I know a few who will stand up for what is right. I know a few who will speak out for what is right. But to the end of the day, in the political arena, it seems as though that the more you could lie, thief, rob, and the more dishonest you are, is the more grounded and cemented you are in a political party. That is what it appears to be. Because we have seen in government the number of allegations against ministers. And you will see that even though these allegations have solid substance, that the leader of the PNM will stand up and tell this country that he stands with his ministers. That is what we have seen. We have seen politicians, corrupt politicians, being recycled over and over, bringing those individuals to our face and telling us that we have no choice but to support this corrupt bunch of lying thieves in this country. How many of you willing to stand up against that to have a better country? How many of you willing to spit out the saliva in your mouth? Because some of you people, the saliva that is in your mouth, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, it's not even fit for the garbage bin. Some people will support wrongdoing down the line and try to disguise it and to have you believe that wrong is right and right is wrong. But thank God there are some of us who have the principle, who have the belief, who grew up a particular way, that we are able to see through the deceptions and see through the lies. And we are able to stand up and speak out against what is wrong, despite what it caused. We don't have to suck up to nobody. We don't have to suck up to nobody. When something is right, it is right. And when something is wrong, it is wrong. Nobody cannot or should not influence anyone else to support wrongdoing. I have seen that in the political arena. For years I've seen that. For years I smell that. And for years I reject that. But many cannot speak like me. Many don't want to speak like me. Many don't have the fortitude to speak like me. This is not self-praise, you know. This is about standing up for the children of this country. And if we want a better country, we have to look inside of the political arena and weed out the corrupted thieves and bandits and misfits from inside of there. We must tell Rowley that we're not accepting that level of dishonesty in public life. We must also tell my political leader, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, that we would not stand up and support any wrongdoing in our party. You must tell your party that you belong to. I don't care if it's Gary or who, but you must stand up and tell them that wrongdoing is something that you would not support. You want a better country? Then stand up and tell all leaders and who are aspiring to be leaders that we want honesty in government, that we want honesty in political parties. We want honesty in charge of the treasury. That is what we must do. Don't allow yourself to be interrogated by dishonest politicians who have only their interests, their own interests at heart. This is not about the lesser evil, you know. This is not about and cannot be about and must not be about who thief less, you know. This cannot be about, must not be about who didn't get catch, you know. This must not be about and cannot be about who can find the money where it's hiding, you know. This thing gets so bold-faced that you will hear about 4.4 million. This thing gets so bold-faced that you will hear about 3 million. This thing gets so bold-faced, ladies and gentlemen, that in front of your face, they put on them big long eyelash. You know, recently I saw somebody with this big long eyelash on that they could hardly keep their eyes open. What's the name of that eyelashly? This big eyelash with a stick on here and come. So what's the name of that in all your world? Eyelashes? Oh, eyelashes. I saw somebody with some eyelash on that their eyes cannot even be open. You could believe this? They want to stick those type of eyelashes on your eye that you cannot see the truth. That that you cannot see what this thing really is about. And until you move those big bushy eyelash over your eyes, and you can see clearly these rotten teeth and corrupt politicians, is until this country going down the drain. Go back and look at the record. You will hear all who use gang leaders for election purposes. All you will hear. But you know the thing come where I point at you and you point at me. And what we agree upon, then we don't talk about that. We talk about other things. Ladies and gentlemen, we want honest governance in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, we want people who will look after the interests of you, the population, not looking after the interests of the self, raising the salary every Monday morning, driving these big fancy Prados, and don't care if you have corned beef and rice to eat. You have accepted that over the years. And I am telling you, in 2025, we must reject that. We want honest, sincere politicians who could stand up without this big, great, heavy burden of corruption hanging over the head. We want people who will look after the interests of the unborn babies. Not people who are looking after the interests of their families. There's some politician in this country five truck can't carry the money they have. And you accept that. You take that. We could go straight back from the days of O'Halloran and come straight up. Come straight up to 2024. Billions of your taxpayer dollars filter out under your eye while you waving a flag or jumping with a balize in your hand. Filter out under your eyes. Billions of dollars where your young professional children who went to school and study hard and get their education would have jobs in this country, but you was busy waving a flag and waving a balize. You wasn't minding your business. You was turning in the next direction. You were jumping and saying, all are we thief. Now when you're feeling the effects of the political thieves, now you're turning to rob and kill each other to try to survive in a country. That is what you're doing. You turn your head for all these years. You're voting and vote out rotten politicians. You're voting and vote out thieves. You're voting and vote out criminals. You're voting and vote out bandits with ties. No. When the reality starts to reveal itself, you turn to kill and rob and thief and feel that you will survive. Those attributes will be short-lived, ladies and gentlemen. You have to take your time and bite the bullet and look into this society and look for people to represent you who will stand up for honesty. That is what you have to look for. And I'm talking across the board. I I talking straight across the board. I ain't putting water in my mouth to talk because I tell you already. I don't afraid to talk. And when I talk, I give you facts. I give you it real. I don't have to use fancy speeches to deceive your heart. I don't have to come out here and play nobody loyalist. I don't have to jump out here and try to convince you that I am a member of the UNC. I don't have to convince you. I know who I am and what I am. I know what I stand for and what I will reject. And political suicide, that may be a phrase used by people to deter others from standing up for what is right, but that cannot deter Victor Roberts. I don't care about that phrase. You see the idea I tell her, I don't care what list I want, blacklist, blue list, yellow list. I don't care what list I on. What list I on will not bring a better future for the children of this country. You know what will bring a better future for the children of this country? When I stand up and speak up for what is right. And that is what I intend to do. We have suffered enough in this country. We have allowed rotten politicians to rule the roosts for too long. For too long. Last week I talking to a man and he told me, Roberts, the real enemy in this country is the PNM. And I said, yes, I agree. That the real enemy is the PNM, but we have one or two in the UNC too. Tell them I say that. The real enemy to democracy is the PNM. But we have one or two in the UNC too. So we cannot get rid of the PNM. We have to get rid of all the enemies to democracy. All the enemies to democracy. That is what we have to do. Don't bring no enemy to democracy by me and tell me I have to support that. I will not. Plain and simple. That is my position. Plain and simple. All who feel they could bury their head in the sand and support wrongdoing, that's your business. All who don't like how others speaks, that's your business too. All who feel that I should hide and cover up, that's your business also. When I look at the constitution of the UNC, I see through the eyes of those who put the document together. That document has so much checks and balances. That document have oversight for all the arms of the party. That document, ladies and gentlemen, if followed to the letter, will have the strongest UNC. if that document is followed to the letter, we will have the strongest UNC. A UNC that will beat Rowley and the PNM any day, anytime. But the Constitution must be adhered to. When we don't obey our regulations, there's a consequence on the nation road. When you do not obey your regulation to maneuver a vehicle on the nation road, there's a consequence. Consequence 1, you get a ticket. Consequence 2, you get an accident. Consequence 3, you bounce or damage somebody or take somebody's life. Consequence 4, you lose your own life. Whether it be from intoxication or speeding, whatever it be, there is a penalty, a consequence for that action. We had Keith Rowley, who did not follow the Constitution in relation to the appointment of a commissioner of police. What we had, consequence 1, Bacchanal with Gary Griffith and others. Consequence 2, the meritless put in a reverse gear while the Constitution say only to go forward. Consequence 3, the whole police service collapse. Consequence 4, crime is out of control. That is what happens when you do not follow the thing that put the body together. The thing that put the body together. If you don't obey the thing, ladies and gentlemen, what you expect will happen? Destruction. When you feel that you bigger than the thing, when you feel that you own the thing, when you feel that you could flaunt the thing, what do you expect will happen? There's a consequence for that action. The thing is there to ensure that each individual is accountable to it. Not accountable to me, accountable to the document that governs the thing. You play a football game, a cricket game, tennis, badminton, whatever. There is rules and regulation that must be followed. And if you believe that you are bigger than the rules and regulation that is set out in the thing, in order for the thing to happen, there is a consequence. You will be disqualified. That is simple as it is. The thing must decide. And I don't care who idiot want to talk noticiousness. That is not my problem. I don't care who idiot looking for a fight. That's your business. You can look for a fight on what you want. You can't fight with me. Because I am not fighting in that category. I don't fight with old talk and slander and dotish talk. That's not what my fight is about. My fight is about democracy in this country. My fight is about democracy in any political party. My fight is about democracy so Omar and Shinil and Joshua, Chanel, Chantel, Natalie and everybody else would be able to benefit from what is not yours, the wealth of this country. That is where my fight lies. I am not here to fight with you. I am here to point out what must be done in order to have the thing right. Since that little boy, that little brown skin boy, you see I get black now? That to tell you the brown gone out and leave the black. Since back then, I hear my father them talking about who thief. Since back then, I hear my daddy talking about politician. I hear all kind of story, the $2 bill. All kind of story I hear. Since back then to now, the only thing changed is the thieving plenty more now than back then. But nothing ain't changed. And you know why it ain't changed? Because you, the people, never want to change it. You allow emotions. You allow emotion and fancy words to deceive you. You allow people to play victim to deceive you. You allow people to say, I am a proud black man, to deceive you. That is what you are allowing this country. I calling on the young people in this country to stand up and demand good governance. Stand up and demand good governance in 2025. But in order for that to happen, you have to demand it in 2024. That is my mission. Who like, who don't like, that's a matter for you. In the inception, I said to you, I am not entering a beauty contest, so it matters not who like me. And the reason I will not enter a beauty contest is because I know it have much more handsome guys than me. Plenty more. Some of them over handsome until they start to do the wrong thing. Over handsome. So I have no problem with who like and who don't like. I know I like everybody. I may not like some of the things that you are doing. But you know what people want to fool you with? People want you to believe that to stay silent on these subject matter, they want you to believe that then you are a team player. They want you to believe that then you are a good boy. They want you to believe that then you could stay on the side. And when you stay on the side, it's only for them to score a goal. And the goal that they want to score is a dishonest goal. They're handsing the ball in the box. They don't care if they put the ball in the goal with their hand. They expect the referee to blow and say, good goal. Not Victor Roberts. That is what they want to believe. They want you to believe that you mustn't say nothing about corruption and political thieves. They want you to stay quiet. Don't say nothing about people who throw away the Constitution and take the place of the Constitution in this country. They don't want you to say nothing. They want you to stay quiet. Be a good boy. We have something planned for you. You go benefit. Just relax. You go benefit. We have something for you. But let me tell you something. That is something that I don't want. I want something for everybody in this country. I want a better life for everybody in this country. I want a safer country for everybody. I want a country where everybody could provide. I want a country where there is work, where there is jobs. I want a country where you could feel safe in your home. But that will not happen under corrupt politicians. It will not happen. Don't let people fool you with all the nice talk. The way some of you are being fooled with nice talk, why you don't take it in the bank and cash it in and see if you can get bread with all the pretty talk you just get from politicians. The best set of talk you're getting from some of the criminals in politics is as an election bell ring. Fair words and fancy speeches deceive the heart of the simple. Thank God I am a simple man, but not a simple man in terms of thinking. I am very clinical. That is the problem in this country. You must stand up and speak out. You must demand what is right. It matters not who. It matters not who. I said it and I will say it again. When you do the right thing, ladies and gentlemen, you have nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing. When you do right, the police could pass. You will say, "Hi, officer." It doesn't even matter if they answer. But when you're doing the wrong thing, every time you see a tint up vehicle, you're ducking. Every time you see a blue light, you're hiding. As the police pass in the street, you're telling the child, "Watch out and see if they stop." No, daddy, they're going straight, and you breathe out. We don't want that in politics no more. We want people to stand up in politics and speak out about the corruption. We want people to do that in the PNM, and we want people to do that in the UNC. We want people to do that in the NTA. We want people to do that in any political party, the FARI, PDP or whatever, PDP or whatever it is. Come out and speak out, because that is how we will get good government. Not when you cover it up and when you try to buff people for standing up for the right thing. You can't buff me. You can't buff this boy. But anytime somebody stand up for what is right, we believe that assassination of the character will take care of that. And the idiotic voters, some of them, yes, I say it, some of the idiotic voters will clap and ray and enjoy that. Listen, the educated voters pass that stage. You can mudsling and feel that they will go with that. People seeing true things now. We have too much. We are in the digital age. We have too much information available. We have information at our fingertips. So you cannot bamboozle our head with stupidity or idiotic talk. You can't bamboozle my head. We're seeing through that. We have a next group of people as I start to wind down. Because I know some people say, "No, God, why you ain't done now?" But I'm winding down. We have a next group of people who feel they could interrogate somebody. We have a next group of people who feel they could interrogate somebody. Or they can interrogate me. Or they can threaten me, and or they can get me scared. So all who feel they could run at people in Faizabad, all who feel they could rain in people in Faizabad, we hear it have a meeting, and what the meeting is about, and who talk, and who say this, and who say that. Why all didn't come to the meeting? All they had to call in nobody, all you had to be there to hear for yourself. Why all didn't come to the meeting? All the who say and who say and who say. Why all didn't come to the meeting? Come to the meeting, you get first-hand experience, first-hand information. Don't go behind nobody back and who talk and who say and what this and what that. I call that people with no fortitude. No fortitude. Any meeting I go, I could stand up and say I went to a meeting. Any meeting I go to. Any meeting I feel to go to. If we only have a meeting in Paraseco, and I feel to go to that meeting to hear the daughter going and talk, I go in there too. That is democracy, not the mockery like what we have in this country. What we have in this country is the mockery, not democracy. What is this about? Some boy scout group or some girl guides organization? That's what it is about? That I can't go and talk and express. That's what it is about? Look, let's get real in this country. Eh? Get real in this country. Better government will only come when we have the best people for the job. Put aside emotions, put aside this dotish way we have. This dotish way we have about we. That Victor Roberts can't do no wrong. And Omar Roberts can't do no wrong. All of us could do wrong. And when wrong happen, we must rein us in. And if the wrong cannot be corrected, then you must rein us out. That is the way forward in this country. Good night. I gone.